Welcome back to Voices for KERN. My name is Dylan.
My name is Yasmin.
My name is Yahya.
I'm Joe.
Yahya, it's your first time on the podcast. Who are you?
Who am I?
Who are you?
I am.
Who got at you like a G about it? Give it to him. Give it to him.
I am Yahya Kazi. I'm 19 years old. I just graduated from Bakersfield College with a degree in political science and history. I'm currently the administrative assistant for Andre Gonzalez. He's the vice mayor of Bakersfield. I am also a youth volunteer at Time for Change, and currently I love it. It is so much fun. It is so heartwarming to be in the community.
And you're my biological son.
Is that true?
Yep, he's my father from another mother.
Come on. Whoa. I'll take it. Yaya's one of those guys. He's super talented, super smart. You're about to hear his reflections on many things. I can't wait. I'm excited.
Many things like dating and relationships. Today's topic is going to be about dating and relationships, the dangers of dating, and
Oh my God.
you guys think it's an exciting topic?
Yeah.
Dating?
Very.
Dating.
It's interesting.
Oof.
Oh my God.
In a lot of ways this could go.
Yeah.
All the ways.
I'm gonna get out of this one. Kylie, jump in.
No.
All right.
So, I've heard the difference between a boyfriend and a girlfriend and a husband and wife.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Gen Z even acts like they know the difference. Every time they get in a relationship, they act like it's por vida. Like,
Yeah.
I just
Are you dating for-
This is my everything. I can't go. No, you go boo boo first. I go. No, I don't. No, you go into Walmart. No, I'm going into Walmart.
Walmart? What are you talking about?
Sorry, I just had to spit it out, bro. It makes me so mad. I'm like, this is the best time of your life. You're supposed to be having fun and dating. You're supposed to be living your own life and developing your own identity and getting together. But no, can't do nothing without their boo. Nothing. They're FaceTiming. And one time, my daughter, she was FaceTime. She was in the shower. I was like, does he see your bottom? She was like, no, it's smiling my face. I was like, oh, hell no. All right, I'm done. I just had to vent that out real good. What do you guys think?
Man, I'm not in either, so I don't know.
You're not in either?
No.
You have been.
I have been.
Well, man, what's the difference for you?
I mean, I've never been married, so I can't say that. But I know for sure that it's a whole lot of responsibility. It's a whole lot of working on yourself for sure. That's definitely an underrated part of it. I feel like in today's world, not even just today's world, but like, I don't know. I can't speak for other generations, right? But I feel like me personally going into a relationship, I didn't even realize that you're still working on yourself. You're still developing. You're still in the game of life. And just because you got in a relationship doesn't mean you won or that you're finished or whatever. Because that was my mindset, was like, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep working. I gotta keep doing whatever I'm doing just to get into a relationship, and then I can slack off or whatever. There was no plan after that.
Would you recommend somebody getting into a serious dating relationship?
Hell no. Hell no. No.
Say it
I
again.
don't.
Why not?
Dude, it's there's just so much more out there in life to do. There's so many people to meet. There's so many things to scratch off your bucket list. And it's a shame to see like how much we prioritize dating. Like, you know, you might not even have any friends and you're just worried about getting a girlfriend. Like, build your sense of community first. That's what I would advise.
There's been a lot of cases of people prioritizing other people instead of themselves. Like, how do you expect to love someone if you can't love yourself?
Right. Yeah.
I want to hear what Yasmin thinks too, though.
Yeah, I feel like I can really like talk about this because, well, I've been in a 3-year relationship, like right now, recently. And like at first, the first year was like, yeah, we're friends, we're dating, you know? And I was kind of like attached, like I can't do nothing without him or anything like that. But I feel like now my mind is kind of like differing husband and like boyfriend. So I'm kind of more like, yes, we've been together for 3 years, but is this just going to be like a fun thing? Or like, Like, am I wasting my time, or what are our values, you know?
Wow.
And that's kind of a conversation I've been trying to inch at with my boyfriend right now. It's kind of like we need to differentiate and talk about our values, like, as individuals, and how that'll, like, change when we're, like, more committed, more together.
Question.
Yes.
What if you have this grand epiphany about all this, but then he doesn't share it, right? Mm-hmm. He's like, no, mi amor, ¿por qué?
Like, why go in depth? Or
why
what do you mean?
leave me? Why are you trying to find yourself? We need to find each other together. Like, does that become hard if that was the case?
I feel like it does, because, like, as somebody that has kind of been forced to be independent, it's kind of like I have to, like you said, like, figure out yourself first while you're still, like, dating somebody. But they, like, that person, if it's the right person, they'll understand that you still have to figure out yourself, and that it's not just gonna, like, mold together at once, you know?
What do you do if they don't?
I feel like it'd be hard to
Dump
accept.
'em.
It would be so hard to accept it, because you obviously love that person. But if they don't value and, like, accept what you have, like, on the table for yourself, then it's not meant to be, you know? Like, you can try so hard to change their mind, or, like, to try to have them understand. But if they still don't understand, it's like, that's somebody you're choosing to be with, like, forever, you know? If you're thinking about it that way.
You said you and him are having this conversation as we speak.
We're
in
inching
life?
towards it, because there was like some, like, conflict where we would talk about the difference between having, like, a girlfriend and a boyfriend. Like, for example, in a Hispanic household, the woman is, like, told to serve the guy, right? And I get it. I do get it. Like, I grew up with it and everything, but I feel like that's once you get married, you know? Like, when you're a boyfriend and girlfriend, it's still 50-50. So I could serve his plate and he could serve my plate.
Why can't it be like that in marriage too? I'm just asking.
No, but I'm saying, like, culture-wise, the way that it's portrayed, you know? And, like, since we're boyfriend and girlfriend, we're not sharing nothing financially. We're not living together. Like, it's not, like...
So once it's I do, then he doesn't have to help with your plate anymore? That's
No,
it?
I feel like for me, once we're married, let's say, and he's working and everything, and, like, you know, like, he's doing that part, then I wouldn't mind being the one, like, okay, I'll serve you, I'll, like, make sure.
Would you work too?
I would work too, but I'm saying, like...
So there has to be like a mutual understanding.
Yeah, like a mutual understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
What do you think, dude?
Like, I don't know how to explain it.
No, you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a good understanding.
Yeah.
I want to know what you think about
So,
it as well.
relationships, they're a big commitment. They're a really big commitment. You have to, like, there has to be so much communication, because there's, like, so many barriers. You can't read each other's mind, and it's, like, just so tough trying to, like, better yourself while at the same time trying to maintain not just your relationship, but with like, relationships in general with other people. And it's just, like, a tough job trying to handle it all and, like, maintain all those relationships with people. So, but I kind of wanted to ask you, like, what do you?
I want to say something first.
Oh, okay.
Marriage is hard. If you think having a relationship is hard, marriage is hard. Sometimes marriage sucks. Sucks. Sorry. Sometimes it sucks. Here's why. Because you're not going to be the same person you are right now 5 years from now. And neither are they. And you're going to have to find ways to continually try to get back on the same page, even though your philosophies on life are changing. Mm-hmm. Now, I only asked you about those things because it makes sense up front to look at it that way, but how about if you go into some really hard field of work that stretches your mind, body, and soul out all day, and then he does too, and then you guys both work 8 to 10 hours, and then you guys both get off, and then the baby's there like, wah, wah, come get me, and then you're picking the baby up, and he's on the couch saying, what's up with that plate? You're gonna look at him like, I will kill you.
Yeah.
Because right now we have these cultural ideas that say this is how a thing should be, but then we have the variables of life that kick in. People pass, parents leave, friends, loved ones pass away, financial woes hit, babies enter and make things more complicated. You guys see things differently. Somebody gains a little weight. Somebody starts to look a little different. Somebody gets a stupid haircut that you don't like, but you gotta act like you like it because they're on some type of weird kick in their life right now that you gotta kind of deal with.
Jeez, okay.
Oh yeah, I'm hitting you right now. And then you still have to find a way to go into the marathon. People say the word about not being in love anymore. But really, love is a choice. Love is a commitment that you have to reaffirm in each season as it changes, because the feelings that you have for that person sometimes will change because they're doing things you don't like. So you could either say, I'm not in love with that person anymore, or you can say, dang, I gotta choose to love them now differently and still keep that connection. And that's why divorce is at the highest percentage it's ever been in life, which is why I go back to Yahya's thing. Dude, enjoy your freaking life. Go to Vegas. Take the weekend off. Loaf around and binge watch. Do all that stuff, because relationships are hard. That's my old man anecdote. Come on. Come on.
Oh, it makes
Yeah?
sense.
All right. Old man rule. Sorry.
Yeah.
They're all thinking deep now. You see? Oh, yeah. What do you think about what I just said?
They say the brain doesn't fully develop until you're mid-20s.
25.
So I think that when I'm in high school trying to get a girlfriend out of, like, I think my class was probably 1,000 people, that is a small pool to pick from. And my values are completely different. I don't even know what college looks like. And here I am trying to find the love of my life. I don't even know what the real world looks like. And here I am trying to get married. Like,
Such a bar.
Me today, I still struggle with independence. I mean, I was forced into independence like you were. And I still struggle today trying to be independent, because I have that sense of community, but still sometimes I'm watching a movie by myself and I'm like, man, I wish I was with somebody else. Man, I wish I had somebody that, I could cuddle with, watch this movie, enjoy it with. But I know that at the same time, like you were saying, love is something you gotta affirm every season. Love is, to me, is something you gotta affirm every day. A relationship isn't something you just get into and then you're done. Like I said before, like, it's not something that's completed. It's something you gotta think about and cherish and affirm every single day of your life. And that's a lot of work for somebody, me right now, a 19-year-old, who's still figuring out his career path, who's still figuring out how I'm gonna move out of my mom's house and pay rent on my own. And then I gotta share it with somebody else. I don't even know if they are gonna get a job right now, or if they're just still figuring their major out or whatever. I mean, we're at different, somebody that might be perfect for me later on might not be the perfect person for me right now. And that's the price I'm willing to pay to enjoy my youth.
I think obsessive relationships are a youth's way of coping with their trauma by super trauma bonding with another youth and both escaping from the trials of everyday life that come with the traumas of growing up by people that don't love you all the time. I think that's very true.
That's the kind of mindset I'm trying to escape right now. Where I have things I enjoy to myself, and I have things I can enjoy myself's presence. But then my mind always tells me what's something better is enjoying the same thing you enjoy, but with someone else. Like sharing the moment, sharing the experience, traveling the world with someone else, watching your favorite movie with someone else. And it's I kind of just that's kind of a waste of effort if you're actively seeking out that kind of person in your life, because it's so unpredictable that you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know if it's gonna happen at all. So it's just kind of I gotta work on myself. I gotta enjoy the things I need to enjoy by myself until until I find that person, but until it happens. I'm just gonna stop waiting for it.
What do you think, Yas?
I feel I liked when you mentioned that youth, they kind of use the obsessive to deal with trauma. And the thing is I don't know, I can only speak from my experience, because it's been my first boyfriend, longest relationship. But when I first met him, I wasn't seeking for it, I wasn't looking for somebody to date, because I had just moved out of my mom's and everything. I was just kind of I don't know, I just wanted to be on my own. But he just came out of nowhere, And we started off as friends, and then the year we dated. And then I feel I got really attached because I felt wanted, So I got really attached. But now I'm kind of more yes, we're still dating, but I want to be more independent, still figure myself out. And I tell him too, we're still on our own paths. We're not on one path yet, Like we're not merged.
What do you think about, all of you guys, when like these really complex relational dynamics enter a youth relationship? Like kid at home, baby comes from a home with a machismo type background where the dad is like, where are you? Where have you been? And he sees that growing up, right? He sees the dad asking mom and girlfriend and whoever else that. Then he mimics that when he gets in a youth relationship and his girl's like at the snack bar and he's like calling her like, where are you? Why are you not at our table? Why are you not? And or vice versa, where you know, a woman sees a really obsessive type mother or a really worried type mother growing up, and then whenever he's out with her friends, she's texting him back to back to back. Where are you? Where are you? Are you guys getting drunk? Are you hooking up with girls? And all these things are fallouts of trauma that play into relational dynamics in your youth. What do you think about that?
Insecurities in those dynamics too. Like that's what causes those insecurities. That's what causes the one person in the relationship feeling like not so secure in it, and they're thinking that the whole thing's gonna fall apart so easily. And it's like the overthinking itself damages the entire relationship, and it's like that's rough.
What do you think about these dynamics entering from your background into your foreground?
From my personal experience, I come from a pretty crazy family dynamic of all different types of, you know, obsessive and then avoidant and then all of these different things. And so
Me too.
my last relationship, I was very, I mean, in any sort of relationship, even like familial relationships, I've been called out for just shutting down, for just not even wanting to argue or be a part of something. And then at the same time, maybe getting impatient. And so I definitely, I mean, it's pretty obvious to, like, the biggest teacher is your mom and or your dad. They're going to be teaching you how a relationship is supposed to work.
Facts.
And either you're going to be them or you're going to be the opposite of them. And I learned a lot about myself in my last relationship that I don't regret. You know, I think it was great to have that exposed out of me because I've grown a lot from it.
Bars.
But I mean,
I came out the gates really controlling.
right.
Because my dad was really strong and dominant. So when I had my youth relationships, I was really like, I thought it was my role to be controlling. Like,
Right.
What do you mean you're going to John's party? Did you ask? And like, I would literally say things like that, and it would get to being like downright, like kind of, I wouldn't say physically abusive, but I would say verbally abusive, because then if you didn't do what I wanted, you were all types of B's, and man, I be keeping it real on this podcast. Y'all better appreciate that. I'm cussing her out on the phone. I'm yelling at the top of my lungs. I'm showing out for the homies, trying to act like I'm that guy, trying to prove that like I'm not gonna let no woman run over me because I'm trying to be like my pop or my mom, whatever. Like, can anybody identify with anything? You don't have to be that real, but can anybody identify with anything like that?
No, and I think like sometimes the relationships can reinforce that because who you were at the time is what attracted that person. And I mean,
That's so true.
look, like I've been cheated on. I've been in like, and it's not fun, obviously. But what it like did was I wasn't even sure. It's still sometimes today I'm like, was I too loose? Because my parents were really controlling too, and I was like, I can't do that. I can't be controlling. I gotta just give her the benefit of the doubt, trust her, whatever. And then she left me for another guy, and I'm like, is this my fault? Was I too relaxed? Should I have been more strict? And that really plays into that dynamic to me.
Anybody else want to touch on this type of topic?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have much to say about it, but I think everyone, including me, we all have like those kind of like regrets, regretful behavior that you kind of just like learn to like not do over time, and you face the consequences of that behavior, and you face all these kinds of problems, and it's just it like it's your responsibility to not spiral into this like to this, I guess, character where you don't learn anything, and it's your responsibility to like learn from it and better your relationships with people and better yourself. And it's just like that's a really tough job to do.
Have you ever been in a situation like that where you were trying to be with a guy that was like super controlling, like out the gates?
No, but when I would try to like talk about like the whole husband and wife thing, like with my boyfriend, he would mention little things that I noticed his dad does. So it was like, I don't know, and I did explain, like it's a generational thing, you know, like it just passes down to you without like you either wanting to, but if you're self-aware about that, like you said, like you can either choose to be like them or turn the other way, you know? And I feel like if you're self-aware that it's wrong, I feel like it's best to like go for your route. Like, why are these things wrong to you? Like, kind of break it down for yourself, you know? And like you said, like in your situation where you're relaxing, should have you been more controlling? But that's not you, you know? Like you're not controlling. You don't have that, like that attitude. You don't think that's right. So it just, I don't know, like just stay how you are, and somebody that's right for you will like, you know, accept that you're relaxing, and like they'll appreciate it.
How do you deal in those situations when he's being that way? Or not just him, any guy that was being that way and you're seeing them being like they're like, do you say, hey, you're being like him again, like cut it out? Or what do you do? What does a woman in 2023 do?
I feel like when I notice it, I just kind of like, I speak up, you know, for myself. Because like in my, like I feel like as even like a kid, I've always realized what was right and wrong. So I never was like, oh, my mom does this, so I'm going to do this. You know? Like I was like gifted with that view of life. So when I see something that's wrong, I'll like, you know, like I know it's wrong, so I'm not going to do it. And I'll kind of speak up about it. So when he does something like that, I'll speak up about it. And I'll tell him like, hey, I don't like to be treated this way. And it's okay if you're like that, but it's not for me. You know, like you can't change a person. You can only like change like where you stand with that person.
Challenge time.
So
I got questions. You guys ready?
Yep.
Are you ready?
Go ahead.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Go ahead.
I already asked you.
Yep.
All right, we're ready. It's easy to talk about what other people do, don't do, could do, should do, would do. What about what we do? I'm gonna ask you a hard question. What do you bring to a relationship that makes it better?
Communication.
You bring excellent communication? Are you lying? No, I'm just playing.
Why?
All right, no, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
No. Communication, I just think it's like, it's key.
What do you bring?
What do I bring?
Yeah, see, I see. It's easy for us to reflect and give advice. Do you know that about life?
Yeah.
You know how easy it is for us to be like, you know what I think?
Yeah.
You bunch of scumbags. But what's harder is when somebody asks you a question about yourself. And that's why I thrive in this space, because I don't care. I'll be that. I'm vulnerable. It's whatever. But what do you bring to a relationship that makes it better? What do you bring? What do you bring?
Yeah, it was funny because I was telling my friend that I was going to do a podcast on relationships, and she looks over at me and starts laughing. And I'm like, why are you laughing? And she's like, because like I'm like good at giving other people advice, but when I deal with mine, it's kind of like I deal with it differently, you know? But I'm so good at like giving other people advice. I'm like, you know?
That just means that we're not in touch with ourselves enough to have the relationship anyway. So real quick, you got 10 seconds. What do you bring? If you don't know, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
See, so that's great because you just gave like 20 minutes worth of advice and couldn't say one thing about yourself. Take the challenge and realize that if you really want to have relationships, it starts with you, baby. Baby, what do you bring?
Patience.
I believe that.
Patience and consistency.
I believe that.
Humor and growth.
Ain't nothing funny about no relationship.
That's why I bring
I'm just playing, that's good.
I bring the humor.
I bring the humor too. It's never really saved me from anything.
Still good to have.
Bars. Now I bring perspective. I wasn't always like that, but now I'm armed with perspective, and every place that I go, it is my weapon of choice. It is my Smith & Wesson. It is my samurai sword. I take it to every business meeting. I take it to every area I go to, every hood. Perspective is my weapon. I bring it to relationships. I bring it to friendships. Because everything isn't what I think it should be. So I should be open to what other people say. And then if I still want to do my thing, I can, but not until I've heard them with my heart and not just with my ears. Does that make sense? I love this relationship conversation. I feel like crying. Is that cool?
Go ahead.
You can cry.
Okay. If you want. I don't.
I don't got nothing.
We love emotional men.
Yeah, all right. Emotional men are in, baby. 24. Come and check us out. Now, take us out of here, man. This was too good. I'm about to go cry.
This is episode 10 of Voices for Kern. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Like and subscribe.
On the YouTube, on Spotify,
Yeah.
anywhere you listen to your podcast. We have an Instagram. Check out our socials, our link trees on our Instagram bio. Check us out,
Team
guys.
184
Time for
C
change.
Kern.
What time is it?
It's time for
It's
change.
time for change.